Hi everyone. So this video is going to be slightly different to what I normally post. It's just going to be me talking. So slightly different to all my bike and stuff, but it's related to my bag and my stoma and stuff. So yeah, and it's about my recent experience at an airport, which I've not really done anything like this before, but I feel like this one really needs to be shared because it's extreme. It's shouldn't have happened, and it happened. So I'm going to dive into it and let you all know. So I was recently invited out to the south of Spain to do some biking stuff, which was great. It was fantastic. I was really looking forward to going. Building up to it, I had been quite poorly with some other things that's going on. But me being me, I was stubborn and wanted to go anyway. As you know, I don't let this disease beat me. I don't let it win. I don't let it take control of me. So I was determined. I was going. I spoke to my hospital. He knew about this trip. Well, my consultant knew about this trip. He wasn't overly keen, but we let it go anyway. So I went out to Spain, flew out absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. And then I was out there for a few days, and then it happened. So whilst I was out there, I wasn't feeling that great anyway, but I was just trying to get on with it. I was doing work, I was doing shit that needed to be done. But when I was out there, I was getting pain in my back, and then I started weeing blood. I thought, this can't be like stoma related, it can't be the Crohn's for me weeing. And then literally a little while later I got a message from my consultant at Addenbrooke's that said, can you ring me ASAP? I rung him, and it turned out that I'd gone into kidney failure while I was out there. So I'd had some tests before I flew out back here at home, and I obviously got the results when I was out there. I explained that I was in Spain and stuff, and he was like, Jem, you just need to get home. We need to get you home ASAP. We need to do treatment. We need to get things sorted. Come home. So I straight on the phone to Ryanair, said I need to get home. As it was a medical emergency, they transferred me flight, put me straight on to the next available one. From the original airport that I flew to, it was just a quick transfer from flying out a couple of days earlier. So I speak to the people, they were good as anything. The Toro trails were superb. They were like, right, let's get you home, let's get you to the airport, we'll get this all sorted for you. And it was fantastic. They really looked after me, the best people that could possibly have helped me out there. So they got me straight to the airport, got all my stuff sorted. So then I head to security. At this point in Spain, it was like 25 degrees. I'm a proper British Suffolk lass. It was hot for me. I was burnt to a crisp. So I went through in my gym leggings and a sports bra. So my stomach was showing and the top of the bag was showing. Never normally an issue. Yeah, you get side eyes, people looking at you, but it's the normal. I don't care. And I put all my stuff on the security belt thing, so my bags and stuff to go through, and went to walk through the x-ray thing. So normally when I do this at the airport, they pull you through, I walk through. Every time I set it off. Without fail, I set it off just because of the bag and it picked something up. So I normally walk through and just go, it's my stoma bag. They pat me down. They're like, yep, it's absolutely fine. And I walk through. No problems at all. This one, though, oh my God, no. It was traumatic. So all my bags are on. Nothing on me, just my clothes. No phone, nothing. And I was about to walk through and they pointed at me. And I was like, And they then waved me through. Obviously, the alarms went off, which I knew. And I said, oh, it's just my stoma bag. And they were like, no. And I was like... And then he pinged my bag. Because I'd been called aside there, they then pinged my bag. And they said, can you meet us at the end? Which most people know at the airport, your bags go through. And then you have that open bit at the bottom where you put your stuff back in your bags, grab your passport, your phone and shit, put your watches back on. They said, can you meet me down there? So I walked down there and the bloke said, can you open your suitcase? I thought, oh, they're just going to drug swipe it, like they do, routine. And he took everything out. Everything. My dirty pants, everything. I was mortified at this point, and it got worse. Then he grabs my little bag that I have, which has all my change of stoma supplies and all my medication. He pulled the medication out, didn't even bat an eyelid at that, and there's some stuff in there. And nothing dodgy, just my normal medication for my liver and stuff, and some strong painkillers. I all have a prescription for it, it's absolutely fine. And he pulled out every individual new stoma bag, so my change of bags, swiped all in them, got all the wipes, checked it all, thingied all the bags. And I took about 10 spare bags for a 4-day trip, because I overpack on that side, because you don't want to be caught short with a leaking bag. And he swiped all of them, every single one of them. And he was like, okay, you can put that all back. And I was like, all right, I'll put my bags all back together, shall I? And then he was like, I was like, oh, I can go. And he was like, no. And I said, okay. And then he pointed at me. I was like, it's my stoma bag. So I was like, yeah, it's my stoma bag. And he was like, nope. And I was like, what? At this point, I was like, how can I say it any clearer? It's my stoma bag. I pulled my leggings down a bit so you could see more of the bag. And he was like, no. And I was still in this open bit. There was hundreds of people. They were sorting their own stuff out, but I could feel eyes on me. And I was like, what's happening? And he was like, nope. And I was like, it's a ileostomy stoma bag. Waste. And trying to explain it to him, he didn't speak very good English. And I pulled it up so it's got a viewing window so you could see the stoma. You could even see it in there. And he was like, no. And I was like, what do? I don't know how to explain it. I'm on my own. All these people are looking at me. He's just gone through my whole luggage and seen the change of stuff. I really don't know how to explain this to him anymore. At this point, I'm starting to get really fucked off. It started to annoy me. I was like, what can I do? So then he made me sort of take the bag out so it was on show, which doesn't bother me. I'm not fazed by that doesn't faze me at all. But I wear drainable bags, so the bottom undoes so you can empty the bag throughout the day. And he said, open. And I was like, it's my waist. That's where my waist goes, like human waste. And he was like, open. And I opened it up, absolutely mortified, in the middle of the airport. Everyone's still doing their things. They didn't take me to a private room, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he swabs inside my bag, and he says, wait. And I'm stood there while he's putting this through the machine. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not concealing drugs. It's my waist. What the fuck? That's me being absolutely mortified in the middle of an airport. I've never been ashamed or embarrassed by my bag, but at this point I was mortified. I was like, everyone was looking at me. I'd had to open my bag up in the middle of an airport, no private room, right in the middle, and I couldn't get over it. And he literally walks back over and says, you can go. And that was it. No apologies, no explanation, no thingy, just, you can go. And I didn't have the energy or the thingy, because I weren't feeling well anyway, to argue with him. And I was just like, what? And I got through security. I went and grabbed myself a drink, and I sat down and I phoned my mum, and I was like, you're never going to believe what's happened. The fact that was even a thing, I understand that sometimes they need to check it, because I can see it being an easy way for people to hide stuff. But take them to a private room. Don't make them do it in the middle of the fucking airport. It was horrible. I felt like absolute crap. I'd already been ordered to get home ASAP and go straight to hospital. I just had that in the airport. I was done. I was like, I just want to get home. And I literally got home and I rang my husband. He was waiting for me at the airport. And as soon as I see him, I burst into tears. I've never been so ashamed in all my life. And I can't even say ashamed. I was more horrified that they'd done that to me. And I pray to God they don't do it to anyone else, especially someone that's not as confident as me and is not as blazing about their stoma as I am, because that should never have happened. The fact that they pulled my dirty underwear out of the bag to search through my whole entire bag, they went through everything, and then to make me do that in the airport, that's wrong. It shouldn't have happened, and it shouldn't happen again. There's been a complaint put in, and I'll let you know what happens.